I think Miami County Cass County won the prize for the largest snow this year, first snow of the year. And I think maybe from talking to some of my older linemen, maybe the worst snow that we've had in years and years and years. I've been here 40 years myself, and I don't remember but one other case where we had snow similar to that, very wet and heavy snow. It got on the tree limbs, got on our lines, and it's just the weight of that snow and ice ended up. We had wires this big around, and with the snow on there, the wire itself might have been this large, and then the weight of that just broke it down. And that was the major cause of our outages during that time. But definitely a record snowfall. The 200-year flood, I think this was it. And in this case, it was a 200-year snowfall that we just were really just surprised how bad it turned out to be. Mostly in my position here at the co-op as CEO, I worked a lot in the office with the operations department, trying to help them direct crews, that sort of thing, and try to just assess what we had going on versus being out in the field doing any kind of line work. But I did go out a few times. I took some material out to some of our gentlemen, took some Gatorade water a few times, some food to them, keep them moving. We didn't take many breaks. They were working straight through pretty much the whole day. Tried to eat right on the run. Occasionally we got them a break, but saw primarily a lot of poles down. We lost approximately 40 poles in this thing. It was kind of a domino effect. If the wire would break in between two poles, then sometimes those two poles would break. Sometimes the poles on the other side of them would break also. It's just like I say, it was kind of a domino effect when that would happen. Broken wire between the poles and broken poles primarily was our big problem. And getting around. That first day was very difficult for the linemen to even make any progress getting around on the roadway. It all occurred, the whole thing came in, and we started having problems at night. It's always harder for the fellows to work at night. You can't see what's up there as easily. You can't see what's down. Snow was covering the wire on the ground. The second and third day, it actually got frozen into the field, and they're walking along, they have to pull that wire back up out of there. We had some frozen water. They couldn't even get it out. They had to cut it off and just put new wire out. We have approximately 10 linemen that we have full-time on staff, and the first night we called in 2 crews from other REMCs, which we have an agreement with all the REMCs in the state through our state association, and so we called in other crews. We started contacting our state association, and we told them, okay, we're going to need more help, so they would get us more help from other REMCs. We had a contractor we used a lot. He was here immediately the first night. By the time we ramped up and finished up on Saturday afternoon, we had as many as 10 outside crews working at one time. When I say crews, that's a 2-man usually and a bucket truck. So we would have had upwards of, we probably had 14, 15 bucket trucks plus maybe 28 to 30 men working at one time. Typically, some of the older linemen, they were dragging at the end of the day. When I say the end of the day, mostly it was running from 6 a.m. till midnight. So we were running about 18 hours. We would go. We tried to give them sleep time. We had to give them sleep time, obviously, for safety, and we would try to let them get some sleep from maybe midnight to 6 a.m. again, and then they would start over. Kind of a normal sleep cycle for us, plus we just do twice as much work in the daylight as we can at night, so that was another reason that we kind of picked at that time. We had callers that thought we should have been working 24/7. This was just from the efficiency and getting things done. We pretty well had it pegged on how we needed to do it, and that's what we were doing. We were doing it safely, and we did get done absolutely with no injuries, not even a scratch. It's always dangerous when we have that many outside crews coming in. They don't know our territory. It's imperative then those of us in the office that are directing crews to different outages, we don't accidentally get those 2 different crews working on the same line, and somebody could get hurt, seriously hurt or killed. So we didn't have any injuries, no equipment failures at all. So we were very, very, very pleased. I see the guys coming in here at 11:30 at night, and even the very young, strong guys, you could see they were out of gas, and they were struggling to kind of sit down and not go to sleep. So they got home, got a little rest, and then they'd hit it again the next day. So we were very thankful that all that worked out. The outside help was great from the other REMCs. Our own people did a great job. Our office people did a great job in taking calls. So in the end, it was a bad situation for a lot of our members being out of power for so long. We worked hard to get it done, but like I say, I don't think we had any members hurt. We had some that are just, had to go stay in hotels and were put out for a while. But I think we got them all back on as rapidly as we could without any serious injuries or real serious hardships on anybody.